Welcome to FSPN's coverage of high school golf. Today we're at the beautiful Miami Shores Country Club for a match between the visiting Florida Christian Patriots that are led by their head coach Eric Estape and the Spartans of Miami Country Day School that are led by their head coach Brian Parizo. Today's senior day, and we'd like to acknowledge the seniors on the Miami Country Day School team. Let's go over the rules. It'll be 9 holes of stroke play, pick, clean, and place from your own fairway, and the best 4 scores count. What do you say we get this one started from Miami Shores? Nice putt, Andrew. Hole 1 here at Miami Shores is a difficult par 5. It's a narrow tee shot, and then the dog legs big time to the right. You still have a long ways to an elevated green that's protected by 2 greenside bunkers. Let's meet our first group that's already on the first tee from Florida Christian. It's Kalani Centeno and Matthew Hernandez. And for Miami Country Day, it's William Grayson Richardson and Jonah Fernandez. Here's Hernandez on the tee. This is the senior, Kalani Centeno. Jonah Fernandez will tee off first for Miami Country Day. And here's William Grayson Richards. That one's hitting a perfect spot.
Did you identify your golf ball?
Here's our second group. Agustin Bunuel, Luca Yepes from Florida Christian, and Jack Smith, Nicholas Bond from Miami Country Day. First on the tee for Florida Christian is Agustin Bunuel. Next up is Luca Yepes for the visiting Patriots of Florida Christian. Here's Jack Smith for Miami Country Day. On the tee for the Spartans is Nicholas Bond. Catch up to the first group as they approach the first green here at the par 5. Here's Fernandez from the edge of the green. This for birdie. Here's Matt Hernandez for the Florida Christian Patriots, chipping for birdie. Matt will have that left for par. And check out Matthew Hernandez's sock game. He always has a strong sock game. Kalani for birdie. And they'll just have to breathe on that one for par. Here's William from about 15 feet. Maybe 8. Makes that one for par. Fernandez does the same, and 4 pars for our group on the first hole. And we go to the picturesque hole number 2. You have to clear water. It's 155 yards. And we're going to stay with our first group. This is Jonah Fernandez on the tee for the Spartans. little bit long and left. Here's Matt Hernandez for the Patriots. And Hernandez finds the front right part of the green. He'll be putting for birdie. He tells Kalani, hey, that's how you do it. Here's Kalani Centeno. And he likes that one. He's staring at it. And he almost flies it in the cup. Says, Matthew, I'll do you one better. Look at that shot. Almost flew it in the cup. Here's Fernandez from the bunker. He's going to have a long par putt coming back. Here's William, and he chose to chip this one from just off the green. Nice rollout. He'll still have a little bit of work for par. Here's Matthew Hernandez for a birdie from a long way away. Scoots past the hole on the right side. Here's Fernandez with a long look at par here on the second hole. We'll have about a foot and a half for his bogey. Here's Kalani for birdie from about 12 feet. And he puts it right in the middle of the cup. A great hole for the senior. William cleans up his par. And Hernandez does the same. Let's stay here on this beautiful hole number 2 at Miami Shores and check out our second group of Brunel Yepes, Jack Smith, and Nick Bond. Smith puts one just off the green. Here's Luca Yepes. That one might have found some water. Here's Buñuel. And a beautiful shot, almost landed in the same spot that Centeno's ball did. Nick Bond for the Spartans. Just short of the green. They'll have that left for an up and down. Here's a look at the Florida Christian Patriots. Here's Yepes after going in the water from the drop area. A nice smooth swing. Puts it to about 12, 15 feet. He'll need that for bogey. Here's Bond with his chip. Just a little strong. About 12 past the hole. Smith decides to putt. He'll be short about 4 feet for birdie. And here's the youngster, Tino. Birdie. Just misses it on the right side. Good looking putt. Good par for well. And this to save bogey for Yepes. And he just finds the left edge. Great putt. Yepes' his first year on the Florida Christian golf team. Here's Bond. And he buries that 12-footer. Smith for par. He drains that. And I need to get me one of these skateboard deals. Looks like it's a bunch of fun. We're going to stay here in hole number 2 and watch the third group of Pichardo and Hoyos, Ajmani and Sentner. First on the tee for the Patriots is Nicholas Pichardo. A little short of the green. Here's Andrew Ajmani for the Spartans. It's a good looking swing. Just off the green on the right side. And here comes the bright line train that cuts through Miami Shores. It doesn't bother Hayden at all. He just swings while the train is going by. Left that one a little short. Let's move up to hole number 3. Catch up with group number 2 as they hit their approach shot. This is Nick Bond. Nick will have a look at birdie on this par 4. Here's Jack Smith, and he's 1 under for the day. He's leading this competition. He'll have a birdie putt there. Here's Tino from the fairway with a good angle. He just hit that one too strong. It goes and rolls off the back of the green. Here's Luca Yepes after a monster drive. Safely on the center of the green. He'll have a good look at birdie. Here's Tino from behind the green. And he didn't like that one at all. Only went about 10 feet. Here's Tino once again. Here's Bond chipping up. Par 4, hole number 3. A little short. Jack Smith for birdie. Still has a little work for par. Yepes for birdie. Wow, a lot short. Putting well from a long distance. Good roll. We'll tap that in. For a double bogey. Here's Bond from about 15 feet. Just bleeds out a little to the right. Yepes with a long par putt. No problem. He finds the center of the cup. He's got to be happy with that one. Smith with his par. And we head to hole number 4. We're going to keep it here with the second group. On the tee is Nick Bond. Nick started that one way right. Looked like it hit the tree. He may have towed that one. Luca hits one good, but a little left of the fairway here on number 4. We head to number 5 and catch up with the first group. And here's Jonah Fernandez from the fairway of this long par 4. And a beautiful shot there for Jonah. He'll have about 12 feet for birdie. Here's Kalani from just off the fairway. He's trying to get on the green. He gets it on the front part. And Hernandez has a predicament here. He's behind a tree. Doesn't have a great lie. He's got to punch it out. And he gets it over the water, rolls it up to the green. And that's been the shot of the day for Matthew Hernandez. Here's William. And he puts it right on that little slope. Ilani for birdie. Just past the hole. We'll have a no stress putt here for par. Kehlani's playing very well today. Here's Hernandez. This would be a tremendous birdie. It'll be a great up and down for Hernandez. Hernandez 1 under on his round. William leaves that one a little left. Tap that in for par. Oop, maybe bogey. We're going to keep it here in hole number 5 and watch the second group with their approach shot. Here's Tino with a hybrid. He pulls it left behind that sand bunker. He's going to have a tough chip coming back. Here's Nick Bond from the left side of the fairway. He's not happy with that shot. Left it short and left. Jack Smith playing very steady today. He's leading this tournament at -2. And here's his approach shot on the long par 5. He gets it on that top tier of the green. And here's Yepes from where Hernandez was, but he's going to have to go to CVS and take his medicine here and just chip out to the fairway. Here's Yepes again from about 80 yards with his third shot here at number 5, the par 4. We'll have a good look at par. He's been putting well. Here's Bond from just off the fairway. Puts it to the back part of the green. Here's Tino with a tough chip. Just catches too much ball. Rolls off the backside of the green. Tough break there for Buñuel. And this is not an easy putt. It comes to that slope. Tries to work its way down. Bond will have a similar putt. Gets to the ridge and just feeds down to the hole. It's a good putt from there. Here's Smith. The very same putt. Smith will tap that in eventually for par. Here's a par putt for Yepes. Well, he's been money with that flat stick today. Oh yeah. Right back at you. Tough hole here for Tino. And he thought that was going to break more than it did. Manuel's going to take a double bogey. Double bogey here on number 5. Bond puts it in. We're going to keep it here at 5. And watch the third group on the approach shot to this beautiful hole. And it's Arrows, Razuri, Hoyos with an approach shot. A little long. Here's Ashmani with his approach. Second shot here on the long par 4. And he put one to the left. Hayden Centner. Here's Razuri's chip from about where Buñuel was. And not a bad play from there. Here's Ashmani with a similar chip. Using the slope. Now we got away from him to the edge of the green. Here's Pichardo. This is a tough chip. Gets to that ledge in the middle of the green. The ball will just want to release to the hole, and that's almost perfect. Perfect. Arrows helping it along. Nice, good-looking putt there. Center. Ronnie with his putt to come back for par. Just on the right edge for Center. Here's Pichardo to save his par. Just misses that one. Here's Arrows for par. He makes his. Nice putt. Pichardo makes his 3-footer, and we head to the par 5 7th hole. We're going to catch up with the first group. Keilani's approach shot. Just short of the green to the right. Here's Matt Hernandez with his third shot here on the par 5. Oh, he left that one short. And Abuelo can't believe it. He's like, oye, ¿qué pasa? ¿Por qué tú haces eso? Qué barbaridad. He's mad again, but this time a much better chip. Almost holds it out. It's for bogey. Matthew's going to take a disappointing double bogey here on number 7. He's going to put him 1 over. Still a good round. 2 holes left. Fernandez with a short putt here. And he drills that one. That was for par for Jonah Fernandez. Here's William. Just a little right. Bill Markin eventually put it in for par. Good hole here for the Spartans. We're going to head to hole number 8, which is a par 3. Keep it with our first group. And first on the tee is Matthew Hernandez. Tough hole for the Patriots. Hole number 7. Let's see if they bounce back here in hole 8. Hernandez starts things off with a beautiful shot. He'll have about 15 feet for birdie. Here's Kalani for the Patriots. Smooth swing. Boy, he's looking at it a long time. This must be a good one. And Kalani puts it on the green. He'll have about the same distance for birdie. Way to bounce back, Patriots. Fernandez just short and right. Here's William. Richards Grayson for the Spartans. Catches that a little chunky. It's going to be short and left. He'll have to chip up to the green on this par 3. Here's Grayson Richards with his chip. Nice touch. Good release. He'll have a chance for par. Hernandez gets out of the sand. Nestles it close. Beautiful sand shot. It's William for par. Just leaked out to the right a little bit. Here's Matthew Hernandez with a birdie attempt here at the par 3, number 8. Abuelo doesn't like that one either. Abuelo's not happy. Hernandez with a short par putt. Just past the hole. He'll tap in for a disappointing bogey. Kalani really taking his time on this one. Had a disappointing 7th hole. Double bogey. He could use a birdie here. And he makes it. The senior. Kalani Centeno. That's right. Grayson puts his in. We have some wildlife, some friends here at Miami Shores. Let's head to the final hole. Number 9, another par 3, a shorter one, 155 yards. First on the tee for the Spartans is William. Richards, Grayson Richards. That one will be about pin high, just off to the green. William will pitch up from there. Here's Jonah Fernandez. The closing hole for the Spartans. Fernandez just a sophomore. A nice shot there. About 20 feet for birdie. Here's Kehlani coming off of a birdie. Another excellent shot on the par 3, and his score is +1. Kehlani's +1, just like Hernandez, standing on the 9th tee box here at Miami Shores. Hernandez has been playing the par 3s really well today. And no change here, just flew it a little long, but he'll have a look at birdie and a better look at par. Abuelo likes that one. He's writing it down. Good shot. William with his chip up. Here's Fernandez with his birdie attempt. Just short. We'll tap in for par. Round of 39 for the sophomore Jonah Fernandez from Miami Country Day. Nice round. Kehlani for birdie. Be even for the day. He knew it right away. Missed that one right. But a great round. 1 over for the senior. Here's Hernandez with his par putt on number 9 to shoot a 1 over 36. An excellent round from the senior, the Florida Christian. We're going to shake them up here. The first group. Great round for all 4 competitors. Let's stay here on hole number 9 and watch the second group tee off. First on the tee is Jack Smith. Jack is your leader right now. Jack's 1 over. He's got a good look at birdie here on number 9. Here's Yepes. Yepes puts it on the left side of the green. He'll have a look at birdie here on number 9. Here's Tino. He makes good contact. Just misses the green. Stays in the short stuff. He'll be able to clean the ball from there. Here's Nick Bond. That one goes way left on the senior for the Spartans. We'll have a very tough chip from there. And here's a look at our second group of Buñuel, Yepes, Smith, and Bond. This ball belongs to Buñuel. Makes good contact, a good roll, and he finds the cup. A birdie for Agustin. Tino Buñuel. Nice fist pump. Oh, and the hat's off to you, my friend.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Look at that smile, bro. That's priceless, bro.
Here's Bond from almost by the swimming pool over there, and he leaves that one short. Yepes with his look at birdie. Not a bad putt from there. I'm sure he'll be happy with that tap in for par. Not a bad round for the first year player. Here's Smith with his birdie. That would have been for the lead. Here's Bond from about 10, 12 feet. Just past the hole to the right. Oh, that hurts. We'll tap that in for a triple bogey. 44 for Nick Bond. There'll be better days, my friend. Here's Smith for his par and his shoot 36. It'll be a three-way tie for first place as the second group shakes hands. Jack Smith, Kehlani Santano, and Matthew Hernandez all shoot 36. Tino Manuel shoots 38. Andrew Ajmani comes in with a 39, as well as Jonah Fernandez and William Grayson Richards. Luca Yepes, Nicholas Pichardo come in at 40. Eros Razuri Hoyos at 41. Aiden Sentner at 42 and Nick Pond at 44. Here's Sentner now on the tee. He's a little short and right. Here's Pichardo. Goes a little strong and left. Andrew Ajmani, the senior. Started out a beautiful swing. An excellent result. We'll have a real good look at birdie here on number 9. Here's Eros with his chip up. Does a really good job with that. Really good. Almost in the hole. Chip that rolls past the hole. Chardo trying to get it back on the green. Does a really good job from there. Have a good look at par. Here's the birdie attempt. Senior Andrew Ajmani. Nothing but the bottom of the cup for the senior Ajmani. A great round. He's happy about that. Attempt just misses to the right. Hayden taps it in for a bogey. We're at number 9. Pichardo, junior. In for a 39. He's going to tap in for a 40. Bad score for the golf course. Rose with his tap in for par here on the number 9 hole. We are complete. That's our coverage from Miami Shores Country Club on FSPN. Remember to subscribe on YouTube. Follow us. The final score was Florida Christian 150 and the Miami Country Day Spartans 135. I want to thank Miami Shores Country Club, both schools, both coaches, Athletic Director Beth King, and Anthony Herterer. Thanks for watching, everybody.